My name is Taylor Snyder, and I go to OSU currently as a pre-design major.
My name is Joshua Brown. I am 19 years old, and I'm a current employee for Jeep.
My parents both are still together.
My parents are not currently together.
I occasionally had to grow up paying my phone bill, but other than that, it was never like a pressed issue. And we've always lived in the same house my whole life, so I've never, moved or had to, pay rent.
I have had to pay rent ever since I got my first job. The reason why is because my family was struggling, and my mom was a single mom my whole life, so she needed help with bills, and I got a job, and I helped her out with bills ever since I was 16. Stop.
Education. The number of high school graduates has doubled since as recent a year as 1940. This in itself means opportunity to the business community. For it's a matter of straight statistics that the higher the education, the higher the demand for more goods, better food, more leisure, more travel, more education. A people with high standards of education is a people with high standards of living.
Well, I went to a private Catholic high school, and it wasn't not my choice, but also compared to the public school that was in our district, it wasn't. My parents knew that they didn't want to send me there, so with the help of family, I was able to go to this high school.
High standards of education. People with high standards of living.
I'm not currently in school at the moment because I do not have the money for school. But down the road, I plan on going to school when I get my new job as a correctional officer and my college will be fully paid for, though. That's the reason why I'll be going to college. I personally never needed a personal tutor because I was a strong academic student, so I never needed the extra help in school.
High standards of education is a people with high standards of living.
And I got my license at 16. I knew I wanted to get it as soon as I could. So my dad had helped me practice and got it as soon as I was ready.
I currently don't have my own license. The reason why is because it is hard for my family to, for some reason, help me drive. They don't like to help me on that, so I gotta usually do things on my own. I gotta teach myself how to do things and get my own things.
I can remember like I said earlier, I've always lived comfortably. I know my parents struggle, but never tell us. Also, I really wanted to. I'm a hard worker, so I do have my own job. Get a job at 16 earlier, but license at 16. I knew that I wanted these things. If I ever needed help, I was very determined. My parents are there, of course. When and if with the help of my parents, I was able to get my license and to apply and get a job.
I've always had to worry about money. You know, money is a huge struggle still to this day in this family because rent is so high, and I mean, kind of now I'm working at Jeep now, so it's not too bad. You know, it was worse when I was only making 8 something an hour, and now I'm making almost 18 an hour in less than a year. So it's not too bad now, how it used to be. Everyone has a different background, different story. Not everyone comes from, you know, the same place. And everyone's a little different in their ways, the way they grew up. And, you know, but that's what makes us human. Everyone's different. But we should all love each other no matter what.
And my end goal is to become
a famous graphic designer.
My family and I do travel a lot. We travel about twice a year, and we go to Florida the most. We always go to Florida at least once a year because my grandparents are from Florida. So it's always really nice to get away and, you know, move down to warmer weather. But I've also traveled to quite a few other places, so.
I do not travel. I have never traveled outside of Ohio or the middle peninsula of Michigan, so I haven't really been far. The farthest I've been was like Columbus. I think it's the farthest town I've ever been in Ohio.
You know, and I never sit down as often as I should to think about everything that I have.
And I like to help other people realize that, you know, everyone has a different background, different story. Not everyone comes from, you know, the same place. And everyone's a little different in their ways, the way they grew up. And, you know, but that's what makes us human. Everyone's different. But we should all love each other no matter what.